Now, I deal with a lot of women my age, which I'm like 27, 28 and a half. A lot of women my age always like, oh, I'm going to go get that surgery, go get that surgery. And it just like drives me crazy. I'm like, all the money you would spend on a surgery that you can use to open up a business. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. And it's like they don't want to put in the work, but yet they want to go out and party and drink and stuff. Like, I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And it kills me that it's women my age. It's like, you guys get time to lose that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting in massage class one day, and this girl was like, I'm about to go to Brazil and get the liposuction, the surgery and stuff, and the butt lifts. And the butt lifts and stuff. I was like, and I looked at her like, no, there's exercise for that. You know, like, that's one of my specialties, because people go get those surgeries all the time. So I made sure I specialize in things that women want to go get surgery on. Like, when they want their chest lift, I can show you exercise for that. You know, when you want a flat stomach, you just got to be consistent, and you can get that. Like, I have clients who had that. It's just that the thing is that most of what they do is old habits, they can't break old habits. And that's why I always try to tell them, don't jump too soon into something, like one day at a time. Because eventually, once you do it one day at a time, you'll start to break that old habit, and you'll start to get used to the new habit. But some people like to just jump in. Like, I had clients who would come to training, get results, and then all of a sudden they're gone. Like, they're going partying, and you won't never see them until a year later when they gain all that weight back. And I'm like, I taught you nothing. It's like, I didn't teach you, like, to do your push-ups and sit-ups and squats every night. You could have maintained that look while you're partying. And you wouldn't have to worry about coming back and working so hard trying to get that weight off, you know. And I was just telling her about, like, social media plays a big part, you know, because a lot of us follow all these people who got billions of followers. And it's like, I always tell my clients, you can't follow everybody because they don't post what they really do behind the scenes. Like, I was just telling her that this lady who has like a ton of followers, she get lipo, but her body looks amazing, but her results for the gym equals up. You know, she does go to the gym every single day, but behind the scenes she get lipo. So it's like, it beats the purpose of you being like a fitness guru when you cheating, you know. Then, like I also told her, like, a lady who drinks all the water, there's this thing where you can get the IV in your arm and it'll suck all the water out. It's like, what's the purpose? You know, we need water in our body, but then you're gonna go and get it taken out and then just to go and put it back in. Like, I just don't get it, you know. So I think social media plays a big part, and I always tell them, don't follow everybody because they don't post everything. And even when people ask me, what do you drink, or what do you take any vitamins? I'm like, no. If I don't post it, I don't take it. Like, literally, I train kids too, and they ask me the same thing. I'm like, I don't take anything. Eat healthy, work out, you'll be fine. That's all it is. Like, even when learning this stuff, it's like they want to, like, with education, they always reword the stuff where you don't understand, and I always try to break it down to people to make them understand, like, okay, this is simple, eat healthy, work out, that's it, you know. And as far as for you, I would say take it easy as far as, like, one day at a time, go walking or ride a bike. Make sure you put it, like, the resistance on really light, just in case, you know, if you don't have that knee problems, do you?
It's a lot of neural, some breaks, C-spine.
Okay. Do you do yoga?
I do a little, I definitely stretch every day.
Okay. I would really say get into yoga. It will help a whole lot, because all yoga is a deep stretching. It's definitely deep stretching, because when I played football, I literally, it was our first game. I was running super fast, and this white girl, boom, right in my face. And from here all the way down to the lower part of my back, each bone in my back moved, and I felt it. And I was so pissed. I'm like, that hit could have ended me. And yet this commissioner told my team we can't do none of that stuff, but yet told this Atlanta team that they can do all this stuff. So the first hit of the game, I got that. I was like, wait a minute, oh no. I gotta work after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have a living. Like, you guys don't pay us unless we go to the All-Star game. So after that, I really was faithful to yoga, and when I bounced back like that, I was like, oh, I gotta tell everybody about yoga.
Right,
Like,
because people don't realize, because when you have a spinal injury, because that happened when we were ended.
Okay.
It shifted everything and broke the C1 and C2 and C3.
okay.
And so there's extrusions and all of that. I've been so blessed. But you have to open up that spine.
Mm-hmm.
And see, even though you're injured, you have to open it, get that oxygen in, break up all the gas and stuff out of there. Because a lot of it, and lactic acid is so damaging.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was even going to the chiropractor because he had to crack my neck just to adjust some things. And I had to stop going to that because all it was doing was it was sending like a sharp pain in the middle of my back. And I was like, okay, I got to cut this out and just do yoga. And that's what I did. Any
What
more
about
questions?
massages? Would that help?
Oh, those massages.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
deep
well,
tissue
I
massages
can
and
talk to you about that.
yeah.
Yeah, deep
Oh, my
tissues,
God. Oh, yeah. I had
it helps, but then like as far as like my injury, I couldn't get him too deep because that's where it was hurting. Like if the deeper it went, it was like, okay, that was too much. So it had to be like deep, but not too deep. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But what I would say is this, sorry, I don't to jump in, but we need to help each other to
Right.
know what's right. But I've had 3 great massage therapists as well, and one fantastic chiropractor, and she's more of a holistic chiropractor. She's not into all of that, but she will open up the spine, for you if that's necessary.
Okay.
But the tissue, because I had blood that just pulled all around my neck. And one of the massage therapists, bless his heart, he was a former football player, Cavs player. And he opened up all the ducts. Very painful. He said, you will hurt. Very painful because you have to let everything fall down.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. So it released all of that blood. So I think it's really important for us to have these conversations.
Right. There's a new thing that's out called Thai massage. I'm not sure if you heard of that. It's where a person is stretching you and giving you a massage at the same time. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's definitely something because it helps loosen up the muscles as you stretch. So I'm actually going to get into that because I got one done to me and I was like, oh my God, like, this is great.
We don't do these things.
It's called what?
Thai massage. Mm-hmm.
Like Tai Chi?
Yep. But you just add in a
But the-
massage with it. Mm-hmm.
We don't know these things.
I'm Khadija, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys about some of the same stuff that we're already talking about, and it's basically the foods that are accessible to us. That's part of it, because in our communities, we have basically around 6 grocery stores that we all frequent, and there are Dave's, Aldi's, Save a Lot, Giant Eagle. But what happens is when you take a grocery store away, like what happened on 116th in Buckeye, then these people, just to be fit, to be healthy enough, they have to go other places. And in order for them to get those things, so they have to go to some places that aren't necessarily healthier for them. So my issue was, I'm a vegan myself. I've been vegan almost 5 years. In November it'll be 5 years. And a lot of people, like she said, can't just jump into it, but because of the system that I was on, and the system that was systematically, through generations, led to believe to eat these certain foods, just like we all were. We were taught to eat these ways, but it didn't work for me. I had to get some major surgeries, along the way, and to let me to be in a vegan. So I said, well, I discovered after I had my last surgery, I couldn't introduce certain foods to my diet, and that led me to seek out a brother by the name of Dr. Sabia. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's transitioned to be an ancestor now, but in finding what he was saying to us as a people was to eat an African diet, and his diet was called the African biomineral diet, and that was basically fruits and vegetables. That works for me. So I was, as I've been in Cleveland, I've been here for about 20 years. I'm originally from the Pittsburgh area, and I go home every chance I get. And yes, it's Steeler Nation. I am from a Steeler family, but I don't necessarily follow football anymore. Period. But as an African person, I know that in Cleveland there are food deserts here. And how do we get these people to get the accessible, healthy foods to them? Because what they're doing now is they're going to the corner stores. They're sending their kids to go get their milk, their bread, their junk foods, and that's what they're going to bring home, and that's why we have the issues that we're facing. Child obesity, we have the parents that are, arthritis. I work in the medical industry now. I work in a hospital in the OR. I'm an instrumentation specialist, which I prepare the instruments for the surgeries and give the doctors the instruments for the different surgeries. There are so many health problems coming through there. I'm seeing people getting things removed. That it's as if it's a matter of diet. You wouldn't believe that you could omit at least a good portion of the surgeries that are being done. So I see our people coming through, limbs being removed, left and right, and I know that it's because of the diet. I know that's a large portion of it. And when they're younger and I see something like that happening, it really touches me because I know that it was systematically done to get the foods and the healthy things away from our people so that we wouldn't have the whole person, and it starts with the thinking. Everything starts with the mind. So if we can get a just dialogue talking about how can we get the healthy foods in the areas. How we know right now that we have local people who over the past several months have been growing farms. They have a greenhouse here on 116th, Brother Greg. But I just was concerned because I'm like, people come to me, and I'm not a person who advertises myself or anything like that, and I don't even have a professional license to teach any of this stuff, but I just know by living that because I'm a plant-based eater, I'm not going to the doctor, I'm not having another surgery. It'll be 5 years. I haven't had anything wrong. And I'm like, I had asthma, and I still continue to have asthma, but it's my flare-ups, I've only had 2-ups in almost 5 years. And so I know that the plant-based eating works. I know that eating more fruits and vegetables and those things, taking away the sugars and the bad, the foods, we all know that stuff is bad for us. Mm-hmm. But to get access to them, a lot of people don't feel that they have those options. And they're taking their food stamp cards and they're taking them to these corner stores. These corner stores are allowing them to charge chips and pop and eating up their foods when they could have taken and spent it with perhaps a community farm, maybe if they would offer those kind of services for the people with the direction card. That would help, with some of the issues that we have. But I know I have people like working in the medical industry. They came up to me and I'm like, how old are you? I'm like, they're like, you look so young. They're calling me. They think I'm a lot older. Younger than I am. I'm in my late 40s. And a lot of people just can't believe it, And I'm thinking it's by the grace of the Most High that I'm even here based on the past health problems that I've suffered from. And now that I've led this holistic, healthy life, I would encourage anyone to just do baby steps, to just try to get off of that old way of thinking that we used to have. And if we can help our young people and our other, in the communities, people down on, what is this street? Kinsman, they don't even know. They live across the street from, in that community, right by the CMHA. They don't even know that they can go over to their farms and see if they can get some fresh vegetables. They'd rather go to the corner stores. And see, that's what the problem seems to be. It doesn't seem like it's even in their minds to go that way. Grown without any pesticide sprayed on it or any kind of preservative thing to keep it from rotting. So sometimes when you go to the store and you'll see like an apple and it's real shiny, Well, they've sprayed something on that apple to make it last longer without rotting. And or they have pesticides, and you're never really going to have a true organic. There's no such thing as true organic because they have chemical trails in the air that's come down into the soil. But you can omit some of the external ways that you get this, you know, get your fruits and vegetables. But greenhouses are good to keep the stuff down. But if they're spraying anything, the chemtrails is inevitable because it's in the soil, it's in the water. You're not going to get past that. But what they do in addition to that, like I said, is that they spray it with a pesticide to kill the bugs so they can keep the product. And then they preserve it and spray it with another thing. So what you normally get if you go to a Save-A-Lot, which does not have any organics, and he's right, you're going to get those fruits and vegetables that have been sprayed, which is called genetically modified. GMOs. You'll see a sticker. Sometimes you'll see something that has a colorful sticker if it says non-GMO project. Those are the things that you want to try to get. Because the less of that you can get that's contaminated like that, then the body can break down the foods and use it for usable energy. It's like I don't shop for clothes maybe twice a year, maybe, just a couple things. Or I have to pick and choose what goes in, so I may have to pay $6 for 2 avocados because I know that they are organic. Or I have to have seeds in my watermelon, else I won't eat it. Right. If it doesn't say seeds, and if I don't see it, I actually pick people, can you go in the back? This is what they did with my limes. I went to Trader Joe's. They said organic limes, I had them go in the back and cut it open. There was no seeds in the limes. So that means to me that you're lying. There's no such thing as it being organic if there's no seeds. So now I'd stop the limes from Trader Joe's because I know that wasn't true. So we have to do research on ourselves and be accountable for ourselves to see what is good for us. But if it doesn't have any seeds, then there's no life. So I don't eat it.
I feel as though you would have to hold whatever institution is selling this organic but seedless product, you have to hold them accountable because, again, it's an oxymoron and it's false advertisement. It's simple as that.
That's right.
Simple as that.
I got another question. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to add also to like bananas. People don't realize on a banana, you peel it and you eat it, correct? But do you know what's the most nutritious part of the banana? It's
the inside?
Actually, it's those little pieces that you pull apart. You know, the little things that you look at, the strings, because that's what the banana does. That's all. I eat those. Right. And I explain to individuals, just don't throw them away anymore. Start eating. That's the nutrients. That's what the banana is growing from. So it's a lot of things that we need to learn.
This is why dialogue is important.